Hey guys, and welcome to the Arrow After Show. Hi, on the stream.tv. I'm Linda. Adam is sick today. We want to say, feel better.
Feel better,
Feel better, Adam.
Feel better.
So, I'm Linda.
I'm Olivia. How are you guys?
Hi, I'm Carolina Benetti.
And we have a very, very, very special guest today. John, welcome to the show. John L. Brody.
Thank you, and I'm here and I'm wearing pants, so I think we're good to go.
I think we're great to go.
And now it's officially awkward, isn't it?
A little awkward.
I went there.
A little awkward, but we'll be okay. So let's just dig it right in. It has been a crazy episode. There's so much that has gone on that I'm just floored. Let's talk about the master gambler versus the master chess player. We have Damien versus Doubledown. What did we think?
I think it's awesome to see more metahumans coming into Green Arrow's territory and getting to see him, you know, face off against these guys when he has no superpowers of his own and still watching him win. It's pretty awesome.
I really like seeing Doubledown because I know that he is actually more of a Flash character, and I'm surprised that they actually brought him into Arrow before they brought him into the Flash, but it's exciting to see, so it's going to be a little bit more of a two-show combination thing, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what Olivia said, he wasn't introduced in the Flash universe, and for those who don't know, it was the Flash Iron Heights, which was written by the great Jeff Johns. We all know how awesome Jeff Johns is. So if you want to look more into Doubledown's history, look into the Flash Iron Heights, which is pretty cool. So.
And I thought he just had a lot of great fight scenes. Like, I was thinking Arrow versus Cards, like who's going to win? But, you know, Damien Darhk, that fight there, I just thought, wow, we had a lot going on. It was great fight scenes.
Yeah, and it dug more into Damien Darhk's actual, like, capabilities, which is crazy because I think we're just barely like hitting the top of the iceberg with the things that he can do. You know, so I'm scared to see what he has coming up next in the more episodes that come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're setting up for so much cool stuff in this universe. Because you know, with Damien Darhk, for all our hardcore fan boys and fan girls out there, Vandal Savage is not far off. And with all the parallel universes and everything, so I'm geeking out here. You know, I don't even know what to do with myself. You know?
Well, yeah, because they've already introduced the parallel universe thanks to the Flash. We have Earth 2. We have the other Flash. If you guys don't watch The Flash, this is a huge disclaimer. Sorry, but there's 2 Flashes going on right now from parallel worlds, and I'd love to see that bleed into, you know, Arrow's timeline. And I think we are going to see that since we are seeing the metahumans from the Flash pop up in his universe before the Flash even gets to fight them. Although, in Ode to Cisco, he did still get to name him because Felicity does say that she got the down low from him.
Yeah.
So true.
I mean, to piggyback on that, we are being set up for, I mean, we have 2 Flashes, but also we're going to have a third because those who know the Doubledown history, he's tied very closely to Wally West, the other Flash, and Keystone City, which means Pied Piper's going to come back. He was established last season on The Flash. Can you guys tell? I swear I have no, I don't have a social life, actually. So all I do is watch Super
It is all about Arrow. We love it. So why don't we talk about the tensions between Oliver and Diggle and that bromance and how we felt about what we saw this episode.
I'm just glad that they're finally bros again. They're best friends, and I love. I mean, I know we're skipping to the end, but I love that Oliver took a bullet for Diggle, and I'm so happy to see that they're together again. I was rooting for them to be best friends.
Technically, it was a metaphysical playing card. Metaphysical playing card. My favorite part about the bromance and watching it get kickstarted again was Felicity laying down the boss card and being like, you two are staying here and you're working it out. I love it when she puts her foot down, so that was cool to see.
Yeah, I liked how she created, and just piggybacking off of that, being the mom of the group, you know, and the original gangster, like she called it, right? So she's bringing her original gangsters back, and she's like, I don't care what you guys are doing, taking a timeout and make that happen again.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Gotta love the bromance.
I know, I'm going to throw a bone at John here right now because when we were watching the show, he's got some great Sex and the City references with all of this that's going on. Do you want to fill in the fans?
Absolutely. Any chance I have to talk about Sex in the City. For those watching, don't ask how I know this stuff. I just do. So this perfectly segues into the fact that the director of today's episode was Wendy Stanzler. First of all, it's awesome to have a female director. We know we need more of that. So thank you, Wendy Stanzler, for directing a beautiful episode. She also directed Sex in the City and the whole bromance thing. If you know season 4, the Aiden and Big kind of storyline. I have more theories of how this all ties together. I saw a lot of Sex in the City nods, like the Oliver and Felicity kind of cuteness thing.
Yeah.
That was a total Carrie and Big moment. I mean, Wendy Stanzler, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, all right? And I
He's in
appreciate
on
it.
it.
I appreciate it. So Sex in the City, Arrow, it's all the same universe, whether you realize it or not.
It all ties together.
It all ties together.
Let's talk about Thea. Thea, the Lazarus Pit, what we think she is going to do next, and her just feeding in on killing and being tricked by her dad. Like, let's talk about that.
I'm just surprised that she was okay with, having it happen to begin with. She knows the consequences, and I'm surprised that she was helping Laurel put Sara into that pit. She I don't know why she would do that, but I guess we'll see.
I just can't believe that after everything that's happened, she has even remotely any faith left in her father to do what's good for her. When has her father ever done anything that was good for her?
Right.
So for her to even think that there was going to be a sage, was anybody really surprised that those assassins showed up and she had to kill them? I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, John?
Well, with the whole Lazarus Pit, I mean, it's always a huge caveat because, you're going to come out different. And with Sara coming out differently, I mean, it's also, if you're going to tie in the Batman universe, the second Robin, Jason Todd, had this whole thing when he went to the Lazarus Pit and became the Red Hood. So I'm interested to see what direction Sara goes, even though we kind of know because the Legend of Tomorrow trailer has been out. But still, it's going to be exciting to see the journey of, where she goes and how she gets there.
Well, I wonder how it's going to affect Sarah's relationship, like their personal relationship as sisters.
Yeah.
Because just because we know that she's going to be in Legends doesn't mean that we know what her personality is going to be like and how it's going to affect or destroy relationships that she had previously.
And that's the cool thing about it, to see the in-between, the whole journey of it. I mean, I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that for me personally, I hate to talk about Laurel like this, but when she went to hug her sister as soon as she came out of the pit, I was like, did she really think she was just going to be like, hey, sis, what's up? It was very bizarre to me. Like, don't you guys think that was super bizarre?
Their relationship is going to be hugely affected. I don't think that Laurel understands
at all the
consequences of what's going to happen.
Laurel, I feel like sometimes Laurel has no sense of having consequences for her actions. So I was kind of looking forward to her sister getting out of the pit and just whooping her butt. And that's totally what was going to happen if she hadn't been restrained. I would have enjoyed it. I'd have been like, there you go, there's your fairy tale ending.
So let's talk about Felicity again and her moment with Mr. Terrific and how Mr. Terrific was not so terrific in his fight scene.
Very undelivered, Mr. Terrific. Although the comedic relief was amazing. Come on, guys, did you guys laugh tonight? Because I totally laughed when he's getting chased after by a metahuman and he's like, oh, the metal frame, let's throw it over. Because shelves are going to stop him. It's funny.
Because that works every time. No, it doesn't. I've tried.
I loved Felicity. I thought it was awesome. I thought her handling a machine gun was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I saw previews for this episode, and that's the part that I was looking forward to the most, was her just being a badass and like shooting a machine gun. Even though her eyes were closed, Felicity, come on, open your eyes when you shoot a gun. But it was good.
Or maybe she's just such a Jedi that she just can sense everything going on. She just follows her instincts.
Yeah.
I think that maybe might be a different
That
universe.
might be a stretch. The Sex in the City was believable, though, so I'm good with that.
Well, you've got Aiden and Mr. Big all over again.
We've got more than that. I mean, like I said, we digress. We may get there. No.
So, what are we thinking about Thea and possibly going back to episode 1 and we looking at that grave? And is it possible that maybe it's Thea, given that she's into this fighting and the killing and not knowing the effects of that Lazarus Pit on her. What are we thinking? Is that a theory out there?
I think this goes back to how much I love watching foreshadowing in the opening of any new series, because then every single episode has so much more weight and gravitas
Yes.
behind it, because you're like, well, okay, it's a puzzle, and I love puzzles. And I'm sure you guys do too, so I want to hear your theories. But for me, I feel like it could be misdirection, or it could actually be like a very blatant foreshadowing of laying the groundwork of who dies. Or maybe the person in the grave isn't Thea, but she killed them.
Yes.
Possible.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe Thea is actually the killer, and it'll be someone close. And that's why Oliver was so upset as well, because his sister has become this terrible killer. We'll see.
Thoughts over here, John?
That was perfect. I have nothing. And not even a Sex and the City reference. So that's rare.
I also want to talk about Felicity because, I'm also a romantic at heart. And so when Felicity was out there, she said, I don't like you going out there without backup. And Oliver was like, I'm not. I have you. I was just like, oh, warmed my heart.
Well, there you go with your Sex in the City.
That's Carrie and Mr. Big right there. Look, Wendy Stansler, like I said, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. It's totally cool. And I support it 100%. That's great. But.
So I think that we have some questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why don't we jump into some Twitter questions? I know that our YouTube fans are out there right now. If you have some questions, hashtag Arrow After Show, hashtag Ask Brody. Since we have Brody here, let's get into it.
All right. So I have the first question from one stubborn girl, Brody.
That is a great Twitter handle.
She says, would you sing the Folgers Coffee theme as Michael Jackson, please?
Wow. That is who is that?
From one stubborn girl.
Does it say her name on there by chance?
It doesn't, no.
Okay. Well, one stubborn girl, Michael Jackson Folgers Coffee theme. That's very, I guess I got to give the fans what they want, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
So
it.
that's the one that's like the best part of week?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should put the sunglasses. All right.
He's
I need
ready
to,
for
hold on,
this.
give me a second. I need
Get
to
in
like
character.
channel Michael Jackson here. Flip the jacket back and all right. He's like a little bit like, woo. Okay. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Love it. Good job.
Nice. All right.
Thank you, one stubborn girl, for taking me out of my comfort zone. I don't know what just happened.
I'm sure she's going to be happy about that one. Okay, so next question. Wow, this is from BTR Karina Pena. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your Twitter handle,
Might
but
be Peña.
Pena.
Peña.
I'm not sure. Anyways, she just said, I made this fan sign for John. I hope he likes it. So I hope you see it. It says, I love John. It's really cute.
Well, Karen Pena, thank you very much. Very sweet of you. Sending the love right back.
Okay, so we have another one. This is from Steffi Marie 92. She says, how's working with Reach Out WW going?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Well, funny you should mention that because I happen to be wearing the shirt that says Reach Out Worldwide is a nonprofit organization. It was established in 2010. It was made as a means to support those who are affected by natural disasters. It was founded by the late, great Paul Walker. I've been working with them. We just sent a deployment out to South Carolina to help the victims of the flood down there. Another deployment goes out tomorrow. So I'm very proud of that charity. It's from the, Paul always said when you put goodwill out there, you can accomplish some really cool. It's amazing what you can accomplish. Is his exact quote. So thank you, Stephanie, for bringing that up. That's a very cool thing for me to talk about.
Awesome. Okay, so we have one last Twitter question. It's from the Sweet Shop. It says, "How are those work?" Oh, sweat! Oh my God. This is from the Sweatshop. I'm sorry, I can't read. Apparently, that's a thing. How are those workouts at the Sweatshop? At Naomi Priestley. Ask Brody, Arrow After Show.
Oh, the Sweatshop. Well, let me tell you about the Sweatshop. It is exactly what it sounds like. You were pretty much buying 55 minutes to sweat. My dear friend Naomi Priestley teaches this class along with many other talented instructors there. But let me put in a nutshell my experience at the Sweatshop. that was taught by Naomi Priestley. So you're in this room with bikes, with stationary bikes. It's dark, and there's strobe lights and a disco ball, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees. Not literally, it's more like 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So basically, it's a heated spin class. And Naomi's British, and she's playing techno music and having you pedal on this stationary bike for 55 minutes while it's hot and you're sweating. And at the end of the 55 minutes, you're wondering, what just happened? What did I just do? And can I do it again? And that's it in a nutshell. It is 55 minutes of confusing awesomeness. So the Sweatshop in Toluca Lake. Thank you for be able to do a shameless plug there. I think you guys should go.
I should.
You should all go to the Sweatshop and do a heated spin class with me.
I'm into it.
Let's do it.
If I can look like Oliver Queen when I come out, I'll do it. I need those abs.
You will look like Oliver Queen, absolutely. That's actually their tagline. You will look like Oliver Queen at the Sweatshop. So
Arrow fans, I love it.
So what did you want to move on to next, or would you like to still talk about the Lazarus Pit? Because that's a big point of discussion amongst the YouTube fans at the moment. Everybody's talking about it. A lot of people are saying that it was never used before, but actually it was. They said towards the beginning of the episode that it had been used, but only in legend to bring back the dead. And do you think, thinking about it as I'm watching them write about it here on our live chat, do you think that maybe Malcolm Merlin put it in there and was like, yeah, sure, I'll bring your friend back from the dead, good luck with that, thinking that it wouldn't work, and that's why he had that oh crap moment when she actually popped up.
Yeah. And then when he had to actually control her. I think that might be a theory. I think that that's absolutely possible. I've been hearing as well too with the Lazarus Pit and the different souls that go into that, and that go into the person that gets reborn, that we're not going to really know. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they take Sara's character and how they develop that, and what kind of demons she's going to be dealing with. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Or having Ra's al Ghul control her. For how long is he going to have her under his control?
Yeah. That remains to be seen, right?
We'll see.
And I also wanted to just talk about, just because we're talking about power again, Damien Darhk and his endless powers. And what do you guys think? Do you think that they're going to just continue to show us and that he has endless power? What do you think, John?
Well, I mean, you gotta establish the threat. So I mean, you gotta set up this guy that's like, he looks so invincible. I mean, as a storyteller, you gotta do that. But every villain, every superhero they have their kryptonite. So I mean, we have yet to see what his is, but there's gonna be something. Or, you know, to go along with Diggle's helmet, who looks like Magneto, or as we call him, Black Neato. Maybe Damien Darhk is the distant cousin of Professor X, and Black Neato will find a way to take him down. Or maybe he's Jean Grey's father. I don't know. He's got the telekinesis and everything.
Well, we talked about it last episode. So if you watch the show last episode, there was the theory that he could also possibly be Felicity's father.
Yeah. And there's also the talk about him wearing a wedding ring and having, you know, something that someone could take him down for. Mm-hmm. So,
which also ties into him possibly being Thea's father. I don't know. There's a lot going on in the show, especially with the different dimensions and everything that could play out. Like, what do you guys think is going to be one of the most prominent plot lines? Like, I'd love to hear from you guys on YouTube. I always love shouting you guys out. So let me know, because I want to know what your theories are. Those are my favorite to read. Other fan theories.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mine as well. I think that just theorizing what's going to possibly happen next, and everyone's ideas kind of string together, it helps. It helps me at least get through to the next week.
Yeah.
Right? So totally. I remember we were talking earlier, and we were talking about the tensions between Oliver and Diggy and their fight scenes. And I thought that was a really important fight scene where we saw their parallel fighting separately, and they may or may not have been winning at that point. And it was very sad to see, and I'm really happy that they brought that bromance together. But that was a really great directing scene. Yeah. Girl power there, but it was great. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I like to see that, you know, when they were separated, they couldn't fight. I mean, they could, but they were both losing,
Yep.
and that they needed to come together and be a team again in order to succeed. And so I think that's one of the main reasons they became friends again and worked it out and were able to fight through it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do, I mean, as a storyteller, or even if you're a superhero, to find your vulnerabilities, and they realize without each other, they are extremely vulnerable. But when they bring it together, it makes all the difference. So going on what you said, Linda, the parallel storylines, you know, they're going like this when they should be going like this
Yeah,
together
right.
on the same trajectory together and everything. But now it looks like they are, because Oliver took what you call the metahuman Gambit imitation card to his chest, basically. There's a lot of X-Men ties in this episode. I'm wondering what is going on here.
Jubilee is going to pop in next.
I think Nyssa is actually Jubilee, because Nessa's half Asian and Jubilee is Asian. So I see our cameraman laughing. He totally agrees. So, and you're wearing a Thanos shirt, so I mean, you guys can't see, but he's nodding. He's saying yeah.
One X-Men edition per week.
There's a lot of X-Men. I'm just
A lot.
And we can't forget to talk about the flashbacks and the minefields
Right.
and tying all of that together. So what are our theories on that? So we know that you had a great theory.
Yeah, so I think that we're going to learn that Oliver is somehow responsible for, oh my goodness, I just completely blanked on the
Mirakuru?
word. Mirakuru, thank you. I think we're going to see him be responsible for kind of its creation and distribution, and unwittingly it's brought him and his friends so much pain and suffering, but he was unwittingly part of its harvesting. I think we're going to see that for sure.
Yeah.
That's good, just kind of undertone in terms of his demons and everything and what he has to deal with. So I like that. I like that theory.
What's your thought?
I don't know, that the whole field scene, I'm so confused by it. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what they're making. Are we sure it's Mirakuru?
I mean,
don't
no,
know.
we're not.
No.
It's
That's
totally
what
a
I'm
theory.
saying.
That's the cool thing,
I don't
yeah.
know what it is. So, but I did like to see that, you know, Oliver is trying to help that woman. You know, in that scene, he knows he's going to take her body somewhere that nobody can find it. But I think he's actually trying to help her, and you can see his goodness come out. And but I don't know about all.
And I just think that the flashbacks, because they continue to do it every episode, that it's going to be very, very important. Like,
Yeah.
it's revealing the whole backstory.
Well, as we were watching it today, and I was having that whole Mirakuru idea behind it, like that could be a theory, but also with that woman, who is she? No show is going to spend this much attention on a character unless she's important. So I'm really trying to put my finger on who she is, how she plays into the game, and will we see her this season in the present timeline? Would you be surprised? Because I feel like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
She's someone to Ollie, and it's going to come into play, and it's going to come into play in a big way, because these flashbacks have always tied into a major way into the show, leading into finding out that he has a baby mama and a kid out there he doesn't know about, all of his training, where he came from, finding all those things out about his father. Everything always ties into the show. So for me, like, I want to read your theories on who you think she is, because I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like she's a big player.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Watching this episode, I was thinking that this Mina Fiad character that they brought up was going to be more important. And I might be wrong, more important than she was, because, you know, we know she gets killed right away. But it ties into Diggy, and it ties into his brother, it ties into Ollie. So there's something about her that's important. So it's like there's so much going on. We have to continue to dig and dig and dig all these different layers.
Well, she was obviously an operating member of H.I.V.E. So
know
with
that.
Fayad dying while being killed, it wouldn't surprise me to see flashbacks with her as Diggle kind of unravels this mystery, because I've said it before and I'm saying it again, the way that Arrow's been set up, it's very much like the Batman universe, where it is a detective putting together the clues of this master crime, and everything starts to fit together into this master storyline. So it wouldn't surprise me to see flashbacks of how she played into everything that's going on with his brother, and then leading back again into his brother and who he is and what's going on and what we can expect, because we're not going to get all of this set up for his brother without seeing him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree that we're definitely going to see his brother again. But yeah, I was so shocked to see we're learning all about this lady, and then all of a sudden, done, she's dead. So I agree with you that we're definitely going to see either flashbacks or something going on with her.
But that was a great misdirect because, like you said, it looked like we were getting set up,
Yeah.
and then it was gone. So
You just never know.
you just don't know. You just
never
don't
know.
know. Just like in Sex and the City, you just
You
don't
just
know.
never
See how I
know.
snuck that in there?
I like it.
Tweet us. Send us some messages on YouTube. We want to hear what your theories are, and we want to talk about it. We want to shout you out. So after show, stream t.tv. Send us some messages.
We got all my Twitter. I know we had so many, so I'm sorry in advance that we couldn't get to all the Twitter questions that you all graciously sent to me, but I appreciate it. I don't know where I was going with that, but thank you. I had a point to that, but
We thank you for tweeting at
Well,
us.
I thank you for tweeting me so I can practice my computer. Thank you. That's probably what I meant to say.
There is one question that I remember seeing over and over and over again on Twitter. So, John, your fans want to know, are you single?
Really? They want to know, you guys want to know if I'm single? No one wants to know that, really.
They want to
They
know
really
that.
do want to know.
We
You
saw
guys
it.
actually want to know?
We saw it.
Well, I mean, in the scientific sense, no, none of us humans are single because we're not single-cell organisms. You know, humans are made up of millions of cells. I know that's probably not what they meant. You know what? I don't talk about. Obviously, I'm so comfortable talking about that. I'm getting
put him on the spot.
sweating bullets here.
You got this.
I usually don't talk about that stuff. I mean, I tweet out all sorts of random stuff, but yeah, yes, technically I am, but you never know. You never know. Maybe there's someone out there that I could have my eye on. You
Send
never
in
know.
your applications, lady. He's ready.
It'd be a short stack of
Tweet out your application,
That
and
would be
John
a-
will get right back to you.
Yes, because there will probably be like a very short stack of applications.
I love the non-answer. We do have a quick few Twitter shout-outs that we wanted to do because we have some amazing people that are supporting us. I know that you had someone.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out amelcity.net, amel-city.net. They're a great blog. They talk about all things Arrow, all things Stephen Amell, and all things his cousin, Robbie Amell. So go check them out, amel-city.net. They're a great blog.
We also have Bam Smack Pow. I love that. Bam Smack Pow. Great blog. Check them out. The Arrow Fans UK. They're always supporting us on Twitter. And Flash Arrow Podcast. Also, we have someone that was really dear to us that we are just so honored to know and to have. He is Stan Lee's kamikaze all year long. And we had him right here last night. Nash Green. Hi, Nash Green. We love you.
Hi, Nash. Hi,
Please
Nash.
make sure to check out mygeekreview.com.
Perfect.
Oh, and one more thing, because we mentioned it on the Periscope, but one of my Twitter users, was it Jayla Jane?
Jayla Jane.
Jayla Jane, you had a birthday recently. You turned 28, so
Yes.
happy birthday from the Arrow After Show crew.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy
And
birthday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that you have all things Arrow Show After Show right to you, delivered to your inbox. Hashtag Arrow After Show. Send us your questions, your theories, your thoughts. Follow us on Twitter. We're all there. John's there. Thank you so much, John, for coming today.
Thank
We
you, John.
absolutely had a great time
Thank you for having
theorizing
me.
on this episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you
Bye.
guys next week.
Bye.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, this is for you.
I love it. That was freaking
Oh my god.
I didn't see any of this coming. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was like,
How did you get here? No.
Kill him. Kill him. Definitely kill him. We're cool.
shade. The shade left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, let's put your 2 cents in.
Rubbed me the wrong way in the right way.
But you were like, well, we want to know what's going to happen.
That was cute.
We just want to say we love you all. Thank you so much for your support. You are all seriously the best in the world. and we
Another
appreciate
beautiful
you so
summer
much.
at the stream.tv, y'all.
Here we go, guys.
Thank you for being here. Peace out.
Bye, guys.